Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dive deep into the world of corporate filings. Today we are going to look at an LCI Industries proxy statement. It is like a company report card, but for grown-ups. Think of it as understanding what a company does and a sneak peek into how much the top bosses are getting paid. And the report has some interesting tidbits and a boardroom battle that isn't, so keep watching. The report starts with a letter to the stockholders from Tracy Graham, the chairman of the board, inviting everyone to the annual meeting, which will be held virtually in May. It notes that your vote is very important, no matter how many shares you own, and this document will help you understand the proposals. That is what we are here to do too. The main things to be voted on at the annual meeting are electing 9 directors, giving an advisory vote on executive pay, and ratifying the appointment of the company's auditor, KPMG. We will dig into what that means. LCI Industries released their latest corporate social responsibility report in December, which talks about reducing their environmental impact, updating policies, and improving team member health and safety procedures. You can find the reports on their website. Their passion is to protect and invest in the communities that they call home. The report says they are big on lean initiatives, lean meaning efficient, and reducing the amount of resources needed to produce goods. They are also focused on training, advanced machinery, and eco-friendly energy. Social responsibility is another part of their social responsibility statement. They want to make lives better for the employees, customers, and communities. The company gave back over $1,045,000 in 2024 to support the needs of their communities. This money came through donations, fundraising, and volunteer work by the team members. Now back to the main business. The board of directors is asking for your votes for the annual meeting, and this document tells you how to vote, either by mail or via the internet. A majority of the outstanding shares must be represented at the meeting to make any decisions. Otherwise, it can be delayed to a later date. Who owns LCI Industries? BlackRock owns about 16% of the company, and the Vanguard Group owns about 10.9%. Caney Anderson Rudnick Investment Management own 0.1%, and FMR LLC owns 8.3%. There is a plan to reduce the board of directors from 10 to 9 members. David Reed, one of the directors, will not be nominated for re-election. The rest of the nominees are up for election for a 1-year term. Let us meet the nominees for the board of directors, those who will make the big decisions at LCI Industries. Tracy Graham is the chairman of the board. He is also the CEO of a private equity firm. Brendan Dealey is the CEO of ESC International, which sells specialty fasteners and components. James Guerra is a private investor and previously served as chairman of Orthofix International, a company that sells orthopedic devices. Virginia Henkels has over 30 years of financial experience across a diverse portfolio of publicly traded companies. Jason Lippert is the president and CEO of LCI Industries. Stephanie Maines has served as chief executive officer and LSL for the Internations. Linda Myers was a partner at Kirkland and LSL Orthopedic Devices. Virginia Henkels has over 30 years of financial experience across a diverse portfolio of publicly traded companies. Jason Lippert is the president and CEO of LCI Industries. Stephanie Maines has served as chief executive officer and the founder of Encourage LLC, a family office that invests in retail and health. The board of directors has 5 standing committees: audit, compensation and human capital, corporate governance, nominating and sustainability, risk and strategy, acquisition, and capital deployment. Each of those committees have specific jobs to do. The audit committee makes sure the company's finances are accurate. The compensation and human capital committee decides how much executives get paid. The corporate governance, nominating, and sustainability committee finds new director candidates and handles company governance issues. The risk committee watches over all the risks the company is facing, and the strategy, acquisition, and capital deployment. Each of those committees have specific jobs to do. The audit committee makes sure the company's finances are accurate. The compensation and human capital committee decides how much executives get paid. The corporate governance, nominating, and sustainability committee finds new director candidates and handles company governance issues. The risk committee watches over all the risks the company is facing, and the strategy, acquisition, and capital deployment committee. How much did the board of directors make? In 2024, Tracy Graham made $421, $5,921, tossing $921. James Guerra made $309,531, 530 made $270, 43, $21,643. Linda Myers made $275,533 and $648, and John Sapelli Q3. Wadena Myers made $275,000 and $421. David Reed made $265,921 and $648. And John Sapelli $53, Nan Tapili $5,569 and $421 and $643. Linda Myers made $275,921 and $64,921 and $600,421,643. Linda $61,200 made $275,569 and $421. The compensation includes fees for $921. Let's talk about executive compensation. The goal is to reward executives for strong leadership, company performance, and provide equity incentives to align their interests with those of the stockholders. The most important information is in this table. Let us take a look at 2024. Jason Lippert, the CEO, made $10,189,098. That includes a salary of $1,000 and stock awards of $6,681,595 and $595,000 Australian and stock awards of $600, APRI $75,000 and stock awards of $6,600. Jamie $9 and $590. Lillian Etzkorn, the CFO, made $2,005,000 and stock awards of $6,681,500 on $579,579,579. Angie Klundred $88 and $690. Lillian Etzkorn and $45 on Smith made 100 et heirs. Lillian Etzkorn Avenanti at Lilia $75,000 and stock awards of $579 as and two bodied $5,000 and stock awards of 5. Ryan Smith made $6,000. LCI Industries has a clawback policy. If the company has to restate its financial results due to some kind of error, they can take back some of the incentive-based compensation that was paid to executives. As of the end of December, there were 6,105 securities to be issued upon exercise of outstanding options, warrants, and rights. There were 575,098 securities available for future issuance under equity compensation plans. For 2024, the median employee made $55,003, while the CEO made $10,188. That means the CEO made 185 times what the median employee made. This is important because a big difference can affect company morale and culture. The proxy statement has a section on pay versus performance. It breaks down how the CEO and other executives' pay compares to the company's performance over the past few years. What they are measuring is compensation actually paid, and the other numbers are compared to total shareholder return, peer group return, net income, and adjusted EBIT, which is earnings before interest and taxes. For 2024, adjusted EBIT is identified as the most important financial performance measure in linking compensation actually paid to the performance, as ROIC. Now let's zoom out and look at the big picture. LCI Industries seems to be handling recent challenges well, with positive adjustments after a tough market. They're focusing on sustainability and investing in their team members, which are both good signs. The executive pay is very high compared to the median employee. The board will need to make sure this is still driving value for all stakeholders, not just the top executives. Overall, LCI Industries seems to be headed in a reasonable direction. Their risks are always the market, but their focus on innovation and operations makes them pretty resistant to those. Keep an eye on those debt numbers and make sure they balance their executive pay with the needs of their team members. Thanks for watching Corporate Decoder. If you found this breakdown helpful, give us a like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance.